Hey up, all you petrol-head dirt bike junkies. Welcome to the Man in the Van Motocross Show. My name is Jeff Perrett. This show is brought to you by fxrracing.com and the guys at Relax to Race Arm Pump CBD, Arm Pump Oil. Thanks for getting involved, guys. You can follow and get your goods from them if you follow these website addresses down here. As you've probably worked out by now, because of lockdown, we physically can't get guests into the show as we normally do. So we're going to do this next part of the series through the wonders of the internet. So I hope you enjoy the show, what we're doing here at Dirt Hub. It would be great to hear your comments. So that would be cool. Right, that's enough of me waffling on. Let's get some guests on. And hopefully I will see you guys at an event sometime soon. Enjoy. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for another Man in the Van. Obviously, it's been really difficult, COVID. I've been busy at Hawkstone doing the commentary, making announcements, running Rocket Till Sundown, my colleagues, etc., etc. And a pleasure to get this next guest on because he's done brilliantly at both of them. Without further ado, you can see it is on episode 10, series 2. Let's get him in. He's waiting patiently at home after a hard day's riding. Taylor Hammal. There he is.
Hi, Jeff.
I'm all right, Tay. You?
Yeah, good, thanks. Good, all good.
So, right, today, you've been out riding the last 2 days. You're a young professional. I'm not anymore. I'm not young and I'm not professional. Riding in this heat, sod that.
Yeah, it was pretty tough. Like, we went yesterday to a track I've never been before, and we were driving all the way up there with the aircon on, and then we literally got everything. It was like a sauna. Got out, and then it was just unbearable. But like when you get riding that, it's okay. It's just when you stop, it just like hits you. It's awful. But today was a bit different. It was raining all day, so it was right. It was a bit of a contrast, really. Boiling yesterday, and then raining heavy today. But
where have you been today? You've had a bit of rain. Obviously, you know we're fortunate living on the south coast. Where I live, we haven't had much rain at all yet. No thunderstorms, everything. So where was you riding today that was in the rain?
I was riding at Apex. Apex,
right.
Is it Worcester? Somewhere around there. Up there, yeah. And then yesterday I was at in the middle of nowhere. I've never been there before. It was sort of Kidderminster way, I think. Called
Is that one of Rob's secret spots?
Yeah, he's been there a few times. It is a open practice track for anyone, but I've never heard of it. But it was good. It was good, like old school track, and nice sort of hills and that. It was good practice.
It's obviously now starting to come good with Rob. You know, riding for the Rob Hooper racing team. You know, making the. By the way, before we go any further, everybody, if you're wondering what the little pinging sounds are, I've had to stop en route to do this. So I'm near a 4G mast under an oak tree. So right. So if you hear like banging noises, that's acorns falling on the van. By the way, okay. just like it's not a meteorite shower or anything. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Yeah, you know, obviously you had a pretty good, pretty successful youth career. You did the European 85 Championship, all those things. But try to explain how tough it is to break through into getting good results at the pro class. It takes quite a while to adapt to pro racing, doesn't it? When you come out of the MX
like, I've only sort of come on in the pro group like last year, not obviously this year, but like when I was a kid, I started off doing like the British, like everyone else does, and the Red Bull Pro Nationals. And I was sort of like thereabouts, and then I did the European 85s, the Worlds, and the 125s, and we did a few 250s. But when I went from, was it 125 to 250? Or no, 85 to 125, I really struggled. Like I went from like being the top, well not the top, but like I think I got like third in the Dutch ONK, and like I was up there a bit, you know, and then I went to 125s, and I was like, I remember the first European 125 we went to was in Italy, and obviously you have to qualify, don't you? There's like 40, and there was 40 people in the last chance. So you have 40, and then I qualified 40th in the last chance. So like I was 80th out of everyone. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. It was just awful. And then it took me ages to sort of get there. And like 2016 on a 125, I sort of slowly got better at Europeans. I think my best was a 9th or something like that. But now, like when I went up into just the British MX2, I was way at the back. I was like, I went from winning the 125 to just a nobody. Like it was like really from then. I think it was 2017. From like then to last year, beginning of 2019, I didn't really enjoy riding. I was struggling real bad, and like it was obviously hard on my dad and my nan and grandma because they was paying for everything, and it wasn't fun until obviously then I got to Rob. Like it's obviously all changed now, so I'm enjoying it a lot more.
Listen, that's a real honest assessment. Others probably wouldn't say that, and try and sort of sugarcoat it and whatever. So, was there genuine moments coming through where you're thinking, "I'm just treading water with this. I'm not getting anywhere"? Any reservations of not, or like consideration of not necessarily quitting, but pursuing that dream at that level?
No, I don't know about quitting, but like I was really struggling. Like when I went on a Kawasaki for the first, I rode a standard MX2 Kawasaki 250F for the first year in British, and I was just getting smoked by everyone. Like I remember going down the straight, and I just got passed down the straight. And I was thinking, I remember the last round then was at Fox Hills, and
there goes any potential future deal with Kawasaki.
There's nothing like.
I'm joking. I'm absolutely joking. I couldn't really pulling your leg on that.
Standard 250, and obviously it was my first year, and I
know what you're saying.
That race, the last, and I just put the bike on, I was still there, and we just went home. I was just like, I was so over it. And then 2018, I started getting a bit better. Like I put a few good results in, but like it was just my dad was spending so much money, and I was not enjoying it, and I don't think anyone was around me. So it was sort of like my dad told me like you need to. I remember being at can't remember Duns, was it Duns 2018?
Yeah, and was that when it lashed? Was that when it really
God. And Dad was like, look, you need to go speak to these teams to get some sort of help. And I was like, obviously, I feel like I'm quite a shy person if people don't know. So I hate going up to random people and just be like, but so I just had to do it. And obviously, Rob even said no, but then it obviously come about later on and he said yeah. So 2018 was probably the most close to quitting, probably I'd say.
So you want him round. Sounds like, again, talking about how difficult it is from a rider, you've now also learned, I guess, the value of when you get to pro level, the importance of good equipment. Because it gets a bit more technical, doesn't it? Like Formula One. You can have a great driver in a crap car and they're not, or you can have a lesser driver in the best car. So have you found that as well? And how have you coped with that whole learning curve of testing stuff? Because listen, Rob Hooper's got so much experience. So that must be a big learning curve as well. Like just getting used to testing parts and giving feedback as a young rider, because some riders just can't do it. They're not that great at knowing what the bike's doing. So how have you found that?
Yeah, I've never ever tested before I got with Rob. Like we just ran suspension, the standard suspension, and like Dad didn't really know, and we didn't really have people around us to sort of tell us. And when we got to Rob, he was like, "Yeah, we're going out testing them." And I said to Dad and Pete, one of family friends who comes on, I said, "What do I do? I don't know what to say because I've never done it before." But like from being on Rob, he's taught me so much. Like I understand a bit more about suspension now, and like I can tell him, "Oh, I don't feel good here," or like because Mark RSS, he does suspension and stuff, and he's been out for a few practice days, so he's there, and I can tell him, and I just try like take in as much as I can from Rob, especially because he knows so much. I just try absorb everything he says and try learn myself. But yeah, like on the machinery, like I've never rode a Yamaha before, so when I jumped straight on it, it was really good. I really felt comfortable, and like MX Zone do the engines in it, they're like really really good. Like they just feel so comfortable, and you can tell like when I go from a practice bike to my race bike, it doesn't feel no different. It's just so much faster, and I just feel a lot more confident on it. So yeah, I think it's just all about being confident on what you ride,
But
like
don't you
and
think
having
that
fun.
also comes from chugging away at it and gaining confidence? Also, do you feel different? Like now you're just you're coming of age now. You're becoming a young man with your own
Yeah,
personality.
I think that, yeah.
Have you found that whole thing? Because how old are you now, Taylor?
I turned 20 in April, so
So
20.
20.
Yeah,
Okay.
getting on now.
Yeah, but you're still so young. But have you found now, looking back, from 17 to 20, you've as a person, let alone what's going on the track and racing, just as a bloke, as
Yeah,
becoming, have you found that you've got yourself more in check, like with
yeah,
what you want a bit more, your own emotions, all those kind of things? Is that helped?
yeah, definitely. Like I've really, really like the last 2 years, especially like 19 and this year, but especially last year mainly. Like I just felt so much more like training. I I I want to do it. Like, well, not really want to do it, but I know I've got to do it, and I get it done. So, like, whereas before when I was a kid growing up, I hated it. Well, I didn't hate it, but I just want to play the Xbox. But
It's
now,
okay. You
like,
can be. I love the way you're justifying it. I totally relate to what you're saying. Some people love it, other people don't. But at least you're doing it. You're making
well,
yourself.
at least, well, some people say they love training and that, but they don't really. You just got to do it. You just got to do it. I've found like Pete, he's a boxing coach and he does a bit of circuit training with me and stuff. And I like training with other people, and because you've got to do it and go out for runs and like I get it done. Like do enjoy it sometimes, but then there's days where you don't. But like I feel like now, like I've just decided I want to do this. That's what's really sort of changed my attitude. Like I've tried like working on building sites. Like no offense, wherever you build it.
Reality check.
Yeah,
Reality.
now that I've
Uh,
got older, I've got to sort of think about what I want to do in my life. So
yeah.
I don't want to do anything like that. So it's only motocross, and I got to make it happen.
Has dad and granddad sort of drummed it into you that it's a small window, a motocrosser's life is a short one, regards of the career, because your body, you
Yeah,
get the wrong side of 30 and it becomes a chore. Have you had
yeah.
all that? Have you had all that conversation
I
with them?
haven't. They haven't really said that. I've sort of got an idea that you can't really make it past 30. Obviously, you got some riders out there that do it, and I'd like to still do it at 30 or more. But I know even if you just get a small injury, it could really, really mess you up for the years ahead. Like, so I just gotta not think about it because I remember when I was 10 years ago, riding 65, and it doesn't feel that long ago. So another
No.
10 years ahead, I'll be 30. So,
Yeah, but
yeah,
that's the thing, right? So literally, like, give it. So you're at a stage now where you realize, just give it all, give it your absolute best shot. You
yeah,
know, sometimes when you're a youngster, you just think time is endless, and you just think,
yeah,
oh, I'll be doing this forever. So that's another little thing of maturing as well. So you're starting to get your
yeah.
head around that a little bit.
It's like I just really want to do it now. Like I don't want to do anything else.
Yeah.
I don't really know anything else in motocross, so I just
Now,
need.
you know, I've known you a long time. Obviously, I've known Dad for a long time. He was Dad's a bit younger than me, so we never really raced together, but a lot of the same events and such.
Yeah,
It's fair to say, certainly in stature, you are very different to Dad
yeah.
and Granddad. I don't know where that comes from, because obviously
I,
you're so tall compared with Dad and Granddad. I guess that comes from your mum's side or whatever. But regards
yeah,
of your technique and whatever, you've always been, from the get go. Well, from when I first saw you, I'm not saying that from the absolute get go. Pretty smooth, precise. don't make too many mistakes. You know, you're one of those guys that's pretty calculated.
Yeah.
Well, you are.
Yeah.
You know, this is the whole point of these things. I can blow smoke up your backside. It never looks cool when you do it, so I'll do it for you. Okay.
Yeah.
You're riding, obviously, you know, really well and all that kind of stuff. So clearly, you love the riding side of it more than the training. You just sort of said to that.
Yeah.
So now, though, it seems like even at the age of 20, and you do know how to ride a bike, you've gone down the route of offering up some experience to younger riders, which, you know, is pretty cool at age 20. Some people might argue, well, what does he know at 20? Well, obviously, you know, you've just finished on a podium at the MX Nationals. You had obviously a good event at Rocket Till Sundown. So you know how to ride. So the training, is that just because you loved a bit of both? You love doing it, but it's also an extra
obviously,
revenue stream.
like when I was growing up, I've always lived in this house now. Well, we lived since I was 3, and we've always had a field. So my dad's just taught me everything. Like there's like days when it would be hammer it down. It was so wet that I'd just be doing laps after laps out in the field. Now it's a bit different. I don't really want to touch the rain anymore.
Nice one, Chris. That's what I like to hear. It's paid off, though. It's paid off.
Yeah. And then obviously, like, we've just been riding. He's taught me everything, and now that, like, I only started training some like kids last year because I got hurt. So I was injured for a while, and I have a bit of a track at home, so I just thought I'd help out a few kids in that locally. And now this year, I just, like, obviously because the virus and that, we didn't do no racing. I just thought, I'll do it again, and like I know the track up PCE now, the owner, and he sort of lets me on there doing it. And there's some good riders like Harrison Greenoff. He does a bit with me.
Yeah, he's
cool.
A little rider. I can't believe I just said that on air. I just called him cool. He'll pull me up on that.
Yeah, no, he's a good little rider. I think he'll definitely got good potential. So I like, even if the riders aren't the best, like they're just novice riders, I like seeing them do well. Like if they just progress, it's just as good as seeing someone that can win by 30 seconds.
So tell me this, age 20. Obviously, you know, I've got, I've kind of fallen into team management and whatever, Team Green and all those things. I'm obviously pushing on now, you know, getting towards half a century. But I still get a great deal of satisfaction when you see somebody and they get it, or something clicks and they do it right and they master it, or, you know, that little bit of advice, that little hook you give them, and then they go, oh yeah, that works. So even though you're young, you must still get the same level of satisfaction when you just tell them something and you see them get it right.
Yeah, like even when I was riding, and my dad would watch me, whenever he sort of see me do something like he thought was good, he'd be like, that was sweet, that was good. And like obviously I was like, well, I don't know, I'm just riding. But when I watch some of the lads now and they do like a real nice ride, like they just carry speed and they're on the gas, and it's like, wow, that was good. It's like, that was good. It's nice to watch them do it. It's nice to watch them do it. So yeah.
So let's talk about the sort of here and now. As I said, you had a great ride going at the MX Nationals. You know, you cut, you know, just two real solid rides. You know, there's no doubt about it. You know, obviously, you know, you had a couple of riders in front of you that are quite a bit older, got a lot of EMX experience. Some of them now MXGP or MX2 experience.
Yeah.
You carried that momentum into the biggest nothing race in the UK currently, the Rocket Till Sundown event, and put some money in your pocket, which, you know, that's pretty cool. So it couldn't have been that much of a nothing race. So you carry momentum. So down the Landrake, and you like, from what I can tell, sort of hard pack. So you've got to be pretty confident going into the next round of the MX Nationals.
Well, yeah, I like to think so. Like I like, everyone knows me riding. They always know I've got like a confidence issue going into races. Like, so I just find it hard to sort of, I don't want to be cocky or anything. I just sort of go there and do what I can. But like, yeah, I started off Hawkstone was pretty good. I didn't expect it because well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I was ill
Of
from
course
like
you can say it.
a week up to Hawksay. I didn't have coronavirus, but like I was just wiped
Well,
out.
that's good to hear.
Yeah, I was just wiped out, and I didn't train. I trained once in the week up to Hawksay, and I was thinking,
Yeah.
man, if Hawksay's gonna be rough, I'm gonna struggle around it. But like I got there in the first race, like my starts are appalling. I don't know what I don't know what goes on. I cannot get out the gate, and I was just
You,
last.
you must
And
practice loads of them though. It's not
I,
like you don't,
well,
right?
we after the Hawkstone, me and Pete out in the field did about 20 starts, one after the other, and sort of. So it did work because at your race, Rocket to Sunderland, I did actually get a whole shot. So it
You did.
must have paid off. Yeah, yeah. I don't think. I think you said that was actually me getting a whole shot or something. Thought it might have been.
Did I say that? Sorry. By the way, you've won a whole you've won a whole shot award for that. Like I've got to get to you actually. I'll sort that
Oh
out
no!
for you.
Oh cool, yeah. But so the Hawks, then yeah, I didn't really expect it to get third. In the first race, I did actually see the front two, and I was trying to get there, but it was a bit late in the race. But yeah, I was really happy with how it went. I've never even had an MX Nationals podium before, so it was good to start off. And then I don't know why, I just really like the Wednesday racing. I think it takes me a while throughout the day to like warm
Yeah.
up or like get. I'm so like I need to wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, but I can't do it.
I'll tell
It
you
just
what,
takes me-
come and help organise the event, and I can guarantee that you'll be awake at 5 in the morning. In fact, you won't sleep. Trust me.
yeah, and then yeah, I didn't even expect to win both races there. Who was it now? Oh, Grimshaw. He was going well, and
Good
it was a bit of a
racing.
shame. Yeah, it was a bit of a shame he went down the last race because it would have been a good battle and for people to watch and stuff. And
Yeah.
in that super final, I really wanted to like see if I can hang with Kulas, but I went down the first lap. So, but yeah, it
We
was,
did have that shower. We had that bit of rain, which made the track, a bit greasy as well, didn't we? So,
yeah.
but it was
Well
good.
done for that race as well. Really enjoy it, Jeff.
Thank
So
you.
well done for
I'm
you,
glad.
lot.
I'm glad that you did. Yeah, we've had a lot of positive feedback from it. So obviously we'll be doing that again and bigger and better for next year. So that's cool. So
Yeah,
you can come back as defending MX2
yeah.
champion. You should go
I'll give it.
MX1.
Oh, I
Which
don't
I
know.
wouldn't thought
Rob
you'll be going MX1
Rob
anytime
does want
soon.
me to go MX1. He thinks like I'm too big for the MX2 bike, but I'm not sure.
Really?
I don't
Okay.
really get on well with. I don't really like riding 450 at the moment, so don't know.
You got time.
Yeah,
I'll put a word. I'll put a word in with Rob. Say, don't get another
don't
MX2.
encourage him.
Yeah. No, not to put you on the MX1, to keep you off of it. Try and keep you on MX.
Oh, good, yeah.
Yeah. So have you noticed? Obviously you're starting to improve. You're starting to find your feet in the pro ranks. Have you found that you're just getting a little bit, more recognition? Not that you need it, but are you getting more people sort of come up to you the races and wishing you luck and all that kind of stuff? Does it feel like you're sort of starting to find your place in the pro ranks? As like either way you look at this, mate, you and a bunch of others like Tom. There's a load of them. I go on and on. Lewis, Hall,
Yeah.
anybody else I'm missing out. Callum Mitchell. So many of you. A next batch coming through. Joel Rizzi, all you guys. Does it feel like you're in this little bubble of the next sort of wave of riders?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I haven't really. Only people on like Facebook and that say good luck and stuff like that. But no one really ever sort of recognized me. Only recently now I've done the training with kids and that. They always say like good luck and stuff at the races. And if I see them around, but only them, like, I don't really, well, I feel I don't really get noticed like by others. I feel like I just need to win and then everyone will notice. But yeah, there's like
Like
some
that.
good.
That's cool. You let your riding.
I'm not
do
really
talk.
bothered. I'm not really bothered about it. As long as I can get results, and then eventually they'll notice. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Oh,
But
dude,
like,
you're saying all the right things right now. All your sponsors are probably loving that. You're focusing on the results and not. you know, because it's a different world we live in now. It's for
Yeah.
you, it's the norm. You grew up with modern technology, with smartphones and all that, you know. So now having to do your social media, I think it's a big part of being a
Yeah.
professional rider. Like in mine and your dad's days, I was sorry to get all the violins out and do the good
Yeah.
old days, but I mean, I can remember being a GP qualifying and having to phone home using a little scratch off phone card because we didn't even have mobile phones.
That is
You know,
ancient.
and there's you guys, and now we're all on it, looking at Instagram posts, cool videos like the guys at Shred are doing stuff
Yeah.
quite often. Really cool, by the way. So
Yeah.
you know, your profile is growing all the time. So sooner or later,
Yeah.
you're gonna have a load of girls chasing after you as well. I mean, you got to cope with that.
No, I got a girlfriend. I got a girlfriend. I hope
Good.
she don't listen to
Got
that.
Yeah, and of course, you're focused on your racing. That's
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta be like that now. It's completely different. Like people get on at me like that, get on me, post that, and I'm like, oh, I just forget. And I'm not a person to sort of post it and show off. I like just looking at everyone else's, and obviously like
Yeah.
you've got to do it now because of sponsors and stuff. But yeah, I need to get better at that.
Well, not really. Well, there's always room for improvement, but it's not like you don't look good on a bike as well. As I said, you know, you've sort of certainly grown into it. How tall are you now? Because you know, like I said, you're quite.
I'm actually 5'11". I measured myself not long ago. 5'11", 6 foot, sort of that. Yeah, I'm not skinny either, so
No.
the poor old MX2 bike does struggle. Bless her. She's
Yeah.
alright.
Well, you're making it work at the minute, mate. I mean, that's exceptionally good. I mean, have you got? Listen, this season we all know what's been going on. It's the world's just gone to lally, basically,
Yeah.
and we're all going through the same thing. So it's hard to get any kind of momentum going or put a stamp on the end of the year, no matter what. But considering where we're at, it looks like we're going to have another 3 rounds at least, fingers crossed, of MX Nationals. Michelin MX Nationals, so you got that to go for. So do you just take it race by race, or have you, under this mad year, set a sort of target? You don't have to tell me what that target is if you have, but have you got a picture in your head of where you want to be at the end of this year?
Well, obviously, like, good job to the MX Nationals and them guys, because like, good, like they're fair enough putting on the championship. Like, they should be. Personally, I feel like they should be the main championship in this country now. Like they've just really like they constantly like push forward and like for the sport in this country. So yeah, good on them. Obviously, there's the main championship. Obviously, everyone knows the ACU. I don't know everyone's feelings about it, but I personally I favour the MX Nationals more. But like, I want to.
Is that because you're getting to race with, now they've done the fastest 40 thing, or is it just the vibe at it, the whole thing? Bit of both.
Just the vibe, like you go to the MX National. Everyone, I don't want to sound bad to the ACU, but like,
mate, I'm not forcing you to
but
say
like,
anything. If you don't want to talk about it, we'll move on. Don't stress.
yeah, no, I'll say I don't mind. I don't mind. Like everyone's running it, the MX Nationals, and you go there and they say hello, and like when you just drive in, like they're always chatting out, how are you, and stuff like that. You know, like I just like for an example, when I phoned up the ACU about for my motocross coaching, I'm not saying I'm a big name or anything, but they didn't know who I was, and they didn't. I said to have just done an MX2 Grand Prix a couple of weeks previous, like with the ACU. Surely you should know like who I am, and obviously my dad's been through the ACU. Like it's just stuff like that. But yeah, I really enjoy doing the MX Nationals, and my main goal this year is I do want to try to win the MX2. Obviously, like you got Gilbert and that, and he's sort of my next target. Yeah, I like Gilbert. He's a good lad, so he's yeah. I try win the MX2, and then
that's great. That's coming of age. That's a degree of confidence right there. You know, to say that you don't want to be doing it to sort of make up the numbers as such, and I don't mean that in a nasty way. You know, you're now thinking about, look, I'm good enough to win. you know,
Yeah,
which I
well,
think is fantastic.
even if I'm not, I still want to at least try go for it. You know, like I just want to at least start off just by winning a race. Try
Yeah,
win a race at Landrake, and then go from there. And then obviously there's no British now, so it's just focus on the MX Nationals, and then you got a Bridgestone that I'll be doing. And
yeah,
then
that's cool.
um,
Look forward to that.
yeah, and hopefully maybe they were talking about it today, Rob and that doing a GP at the end of
All
um,
right, okay,
another
cool.
one. Yeah, yeah,
That'd be good
most
because
likely be normal.
you did Matterley obviously at the start of the year. Did that come a bit too soon for you, regards to
Um,
preparation?
yeah, it came quite quick. Obviously,
Yeah.
because the weather in the last winter was just awful. It's
Mm.
struggled to get out on the bike and that, but it was good. It was a good experience. Obviously, I was so nervous. Even when the first I remember going off start last because my starts are dreadful, and then I was sort of about mid race for like the first lap, and I went to pass I passed someone. I was like, oh bloody hell, like, I'm not going backwards. And then I think it was Vassen in front of me, and I went to pass him. I nearly passed him on the first lap, and then he completely like stuffed me. And then ever since like that moment, I was like, my arms were solid. I was just like nervous the whole race, but it was a good experience. So hopefully, if I do another one, hopefully it'll be a bit less tense. But
Well,
I don't know. I'll give it
maybe
a go.
maybe Roger, Paul, and myself should maybe dumb you down a bit next time because we were giving it large, saying that you're a local hero. You probably couldn't hear us on the mic, so maybe maybe if you'd have heard that, you'd have got even more nervous. No, it was cool.
Yeah.
You had a good, like I said, it's all that experience. So like you said, this year is a bit of a write off in that sense, but you've still got a lot to shoot for. So, and I'm very pleased to hear that you're really like
Well,
up for the challenge of like at least winning a race and keep pushing.
yeah.
It's a
Still got
refreshing.
something to aim for. Yeah. Still got something
It's
to aim
just
for.
good. It's good to speak to a young rider that is now starting to come of age, find his feet, and really wants to do it. That's what I love. That's what I'm sure a lot of people watching this would agree. That's what we want in the UK. We want the next wave coming through, being good role
Yeah.
models, doing that. And so far, so good, mate. You're doing it. You're doing it well, because I, for one, know how difficult it is to step up from youth racing to adult, and it's often overlooked how difficult it actually is. So fair play for grinding it out, now
Yeah.
finding your feet, and it's great that you're obviously hooked up with Rob, who's got a load of experience. Long may that continue,
Yeah.
and maybe at least another
Yeah,
year on
hopefully.
an MX2, at least one more, eh?
Yeah. At least. Yeah. Definitely.
You'll be sound. Listen, you've been riding hard for the last couple of days. I'll let you relax and enjoy your evening. I'm going to go and drive on before I get moved on the side of the road. The acorns have stopped crashing on top of the vehicle, so I'm going to get home and get something to eat.
Yeah.
Taylor, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for doing this, and I will
No
see
worries.
you
Thank you.
down at Landrake. I'll sort out your whole shot prizes as well.
Oh, yeah. Looking forward to whatever that is.
And yeah, basically we'll catch up then, and hopefully you'll have a good weekend down there.
Cheers, Jeff. Thank you.
All right, mate. Take care. Don't get ill again. Certainly
No.
don't catch coronavirus.
No.
Say hello to
No.
mum and dad and the family for me, and I'll see you in just over a week, mate.
All right. Cheers, Jeff.
See you later, mate. He's out of there. So there we go. That's Taylor Hammal. Thanks, mate. He's gone. That was it. Another Man in the Van show. Done in a lay-by. But at least I got a phone signal to do it, so that's cool. It's getting dark. Got the lights on. There you go. That's just a shout out to our sponsors there. Thanks to FXR Racing for sponsoring it. Obviously, that was one of their riders there, Taylor Hammal. And obviously, Relax to Race Arm Pump. Can't do it without you guys, so thanks for your help with that. I don't know when I'll be back next. Probably grab somebody. Actually, now I might physically be able to get somebody in the van for episode 11 down in Landrake. I don't know who that would be yet, but we might have to sit in here with masks on or whatever. I'll see what all the rules are when we get down there. In the meantime, everybody, take care. Just keep your head up. I know it's tough times, but let's just keep being positive, trying to get some racing on the go, and just look to the future. Like I said, I know it's not ideal at the minute, but it could be a lot worse for quite a few of us. So keep pushing on, everybody. Keep on rocking in the free world. Right, I'm starving. I'm going for pizza and beer. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you again soon. Go on.